Hello, my name is Christie. I'm Head of Department of Chemistry at Loughborough. Welcome to this virtual open day. Unfortunately, you can't be on campus with us today due to coronavirus. So what we've had to do is put a lot of our content online, but we're going to try and give you a flavour of what it's like to do chemistry at Loughborough. So what we normally do on an open day is we take you around the halls of residence, catering, student union, show you lab facilities, show you STEM lab, lecture facilities, etc. Introduce you to the staff and the students, tell you about degree programmes and try and answer any questions. So elsewhere on the website today, what you'll find is videos about the halls of residence, etc. If you go to the chemistry website, we've got quite a few videos on the labs, in particular the STEM lab facilities, where we can introduce you to some of the staff. If you look elsewhere on the website, you can talk about the degree programmes, and later on this afternoon you will be able to ask some questions live to some of the staff via web chats if you want to. So unfortunately it's all virtual. We're hoping to have another real open day in September. If you apply to Loughborough for chemistry, there are applicant visit days which would run in February till about Easter next year, and you would be invited on one of those applicant visit days if you apply to Loughborough. So why are you virtually here? You're probably deciding which subject or course you want to do. You may or may not have decided definitely on chemistry. You're probably deciding which university you want to go to, and obviously you're looking at Loughborough if you're watching this. You probably want a job at some point, I would imagine, and you may have thought longer about a career. Normally I'd suggest there's two things you want to consider. Why you want to do a chemistry degree, and secondly, the other half of the university. You're not studying all the time, you've got social life, etc. So the social aspects. Do you want a campus university or do you want a city centre university? So do you want a busy or a quieter social life effectively? That's one of your biggest decisions. Really you need to visit places to get a handle on them. Obviously you can't do that today unfortunately, but definitely at some point before you finally make your mind up, please come and visit us. We think it's really important that you see our campus and you get an idea of what we do. So, why chemistry, the degree itself? Why would you want to do a degree in chemistry? Really, you want to do any degree. It's going to be 3 or 4 years. You've got to do something that gets you excited. It's a long time to be bored if you don't like that degree. So, what I'd like to look at for a second is this diagram. I reckon this is from about the 1930s, so it's about 80, 90 years old perhaps. And it shows some of the ways that chemistry can interact with everyday life. So glass and ceramics, petroleum, textiles, agriculture, electricity, etc. What I'd like you to do is pause the video for a second and think about what's missing from this slide in a modern context. So some of the things that I think are missing from it. Climate change isn't mentioned, wasn't really known about 100 years ago. Plastics, started just being made about 100 years ago, but the consequences of plastic pollution weren't thought about at all. Personalised medicine's moved a long way in the last 100 years. Batteries, you might well be watching this on your mobile phone, you're probably worried about your battery life. That battery life, a lithium-ion battery's got chemistry right at the core. How do you get charge in faster? How do you make the charge last longer? CBRN incidents, that's chemical, biological, radiological and nuclear incidents, so chemical spills effectively. That's some of the things that we look at. So the reason I'm mentioning these in particular, these are real research projects which you could do in your chemistry degree at undergraduate level when you do your Part D project, so your final year project. You work in the lab for an elongated period of time on a dedicated project that only you're working on. And some of these real challenges are some of the things that we work on. So carbon capture, how do we literally pull carbon out of the atmosphere? Waste plastics to fuel. How can we take waste plastics, what's in your green bin, and turn it into something useful? Recycling. Personalised medicine, we've got a project called Brain on a Chip, which allows us to personalise medicine for Alzheimer's and dementia and things like that. Energy materials, basically how do you make that battery last longer? CBRN instance, we've got a multi-million-pound project called Toxic Triage, which is about how we monitor chemical and radiological incidents. So coming back to this diagram, chemistry is often called the central science. It stands at the heart of everything. And there's actually a fall in chemistry applications nationally at the moment, and this is due to two reasons. One, there's a demographic dip of 18-year-olds, and two, there's slightly less people taking chemistry than there used to be. So really it's an opportunity for people. There's the same number of jobs in chemistry. The jobs are actually increasing, but the number of applicants are decreasing. And we need them for these reasons. Finding solutions to carbon change, It's too important to let chemistry slide. The other thing I want to mention is we have something embedded in the course called Personal Best. So if I just zoom in on some of these items here, embedded into the course we obviously do chemistry, but we embed in things like research and critical thinking, things like workplace skills, especially interpersonal skills, so communication, team building, networking, they're built into the group work that we do as part of the course. So we call them value-added elements, so transferable skills which are useful in when you go out into the job market. So team building, we build that into the modules. So in the labs, you work as part of a team in some of the experiments that you do. Communication skills, how to write a lab book, obviously, but also how to present it as part of a poster, as part of a formal presentation, something you may not have done before. Organisational skills, we do in lab assessments. Somebody will come round and assess you in the lab, which is a bit different from other universities up and down the country. We're constantly looking to improve and upgrade how we teach, and we embed those personal skills into everything that we do. So what I'd encourage you to do is go and have a look at the rest of the website, both the university website for the wider university, the chemistry website, specifics to chemistry. Hopefully we'll see you again in September if you can come on an open day, and hopefully again we'll see you again at an applicant visit day in the new year. Thanks very much.